Hello and happy 2025. New Year's, new beginnings, fresh start. I hope you guys all had a great new year last night. I did not make it to the ball dropped. I think I made it to 11:45 and then I called it a night. But for me, I did a ritual that this is year one. I decided to write a letter to myself of what I was releasing from 2024 and past years. I wrote it down and then I burned it. Today, I set the intention of that I am moving forward and focusing on me and doing what I want to do that brings joy and happiness to me. So welcome 2025. In this video, I figured I'm going to give you backstory about me and talk about my why and why am I doing this and why do I want to share my journey with you. And I am hoping that by doing this that I can help other women or men or whoever is watching to know that it's okay to say no and to put yourself first and to take care of yourself so you can take care of others. So my backstory, I'm going to do this really short, hopefully short and sweet. So I'm a cancer survivor. In 2016, I was diagnosed with stage 4 follicular lymphoma. I did the chemo route, I did R-CHOP, and then I was supposed to do 2 years of maintenance of a drug that now for some reason I can't seem to remember. But after chemo, it was horrible. Whatever could go wrong did go wrong. I was in the emergency room so many times with weird side effects, and this video isn't for that. But after my first maintenance of Rituxan, now it comes to me. Brain fog is still an issue apparently, or chemo brain, whatever they talk about. But I ended up in the emergency room again, this time with a blood clot in my jugular. Pretty scary. It literally felt that someone was strangling me and I couldn't breathe. And I was like, Mom, we need to go to the doctor because something's not right. Anyway, after doing blood thinners and getting my port removed, as an emergency surgery, I sat with myself and I said, I am not doing this anymore. I am tired of being probed and stuck with needles, and even to this day, that was 2016. My last treatment was in September. To this day, I still have horrible post-traumatic stress disorder when it comes to going to doctors or even trying to have them touch me or talk about a needle coming towards me. I freak out and that my blood pressure skyrockets. But here I'm getting off track. So let's fast forward. Cancer thing's done. I decided not to do my maintenance. I decide to do research on my own, kind of treat myself and just do different things. But of course I still go for routine blood and PET scans. Since what I have is non-curable, it's more considered like a chronic illness, flare-ups, flare-downs, it has to be monitored. Fast forward 8 years later to this year, April 2024, I do a PET scan and it finally comes back where it's level and good. Because for the last 8 years of my life, it was oh my God, it's back. And now you have to go back to the specialist. And my specialist was at Moffitt and I would have to go there. And the emotional roller coaster of ups and downs of oh my God, here it is again. And what are we going to do? And it's a watch and wait, yada, yada, yada. I had enough. So this year when my PET finally came back, hey, your levels are good. And there's only a couple spots, nothing like before. I told him I don't want to do this anymore. I'll come see you once a year. I'm not going to do scans. You can do blood once a year and that's it. So I decided to be my own advocate in life and say no to my doctor who always wants to poke and probe. But my why? The question is have you ever been to a doctor and you're sharing your feelings, you're sharing your ailments, and you just don't know if you're being heard, and then you actually go ahead and do tests that they recommend. And so here I am 8 years later, and it wasn't an easy ride for me. And for the last 5 years, I've been having massive inflammation in my body. I mean, in my hands, in my feet, it moves. it just moves. I don't even know how to explain it. But to the point where if it's in my feet, it hurts so bad for me to walk. And I'm popping Aleve and I'm doing all these things to try to alleviate the pain. And finally, after 5 years of this, I decided to go to a doctor, primary care physician, since my cancer doctor can't do anything because it's not cancer related. And I say, I want a full blood panel. I don't care. Pull anything that you can think of. This is my problems. I need to figure out what's going on. I go do blood, and then I schedule a follow-up 3 months later because then I went and traveled for 2 weeks, so I pushed it out. It's the morning of my doctor's appointment. I get a phone call. She broke her foot. She had to reschedule, yada, yada. So I'm trying to call the office to reschedule. They're trying to push me out to like the next month. I said, this isn't right. Can a nurse call me and get me my results so they can go over the blood? Because some of my blood work looked off and I was actually a little concerned. Moving on, can't get a phone call. And I'm really frustrated. And I'm like, wow, after 5 years of feeling so shitty, I finally built up the courage to go do blood, to go to the doctor, share what's going on with me, and I can't get answers. So my why is that I am super frustrated. And then I finally get the nurse to call me back 4 days later to say, oh, we need to refer you to a rheumatoid doctor. And the rheumatoid doctor will share the results with you and read the blood. And I'm like, why can't the doctor just call me back of who I saw to go over the blood work with me? Or can I talk to a nurse? Ma'am, I am a nurse. My order was to call you to tell you that you need to go to rheumatoid and here's your referral. So I'm like, okay, thank you. Hang up the phone and I'm like, oh my God, I know I don't have rheumatoid arthritis because rheumatoid arthritis doesn't move in your body. So anyway, moving on. I decided to be, once again, my own advocate. And 2025 for me is going to be focusing on me and me only and taking care of the issues that I have in my body so I can live a fulfilled life and do the things that I want to do and not constantly be in pain or some type of mental anguish because of what's going on in my body. So I am putting myself first and everyone else is going to have to be on the sidelines. Remember that saying, you're on the airplane's going down. What do they tell you? Put the mask on you first before you put the mask on others. So this is my why. Now, the question is what am I going to do to start moving forward to taking care of myself? Well, I've watched so many YouTube videos and so many TikToks and so many podcasts on morning routines and how important a morning routine is. So I sat with myself, and after all the research that I did, I came up with a morning routine that I'm going to implement. And once again, today is day 1 of 2025. Did I start the morning routine? Yes, 75% done. So what I'm going to do, starting, is wake up and drink water. Gary Brecka says that we dehydrate ourselves while we're sleeping. First thing you should do is wake up and drink water and hydrate yourself. So I am waking up, drinking water, and hydrating myself. I am not running to that coffee pot to go get coffee, which in all honesty, I don't even really like. I think it's just a total habit of why I'm doing it because it's my morning routine, right? After I drink my water, I'm going to do this lymphatic massage. And in a future video, I will show you what I'm going to do, but basically it's waking up your lymphatic system. Follicular lymphoma is a lymphatic cancer. So what does that mean? That means that my body is stagnant. I need to have things moving, flowing, and I need to purge out the toxins through sweat, urine, or the other movement. So basically for me, it's super important that I need to get my lymph system going. So I can't remember where I saw the lymphatic massage, but I will post that in another video. It's like this quick routine that you do to wake up your lymphatic system. After you do the massage to open up all the lymphs to start draining, you do some bouncing movements. Literally, you just go like this. I mean, I would be standing right now, I'm sitting, but you just move for maybe like a minute to just start getting it flowing through your body. I did buy a vibration plate off TikTok because those TikTok shops, I'm telling you, is like vibration plates to go. You can lose weight just by vibrating. So I am going to start doing the vibration plate. I have done it and broke out in hives because basically Google says that I have histamine in my body, and with all the vibration and it's trying to come out, that you break out and you're like super itchy. So what I learned is only do it for a few minutes and then work your way up to the 10 minutes. I'm really good at buying stuff but not using it. So now 2025, whatever I buy, I'm using. So I'm going to do drink water, lymphatic massage, and I'm going to vibrate. Then I'm going to do some deep breathing exercises because 90% of us don't even breathe right. We only do shallow breathing, and technically we need to be breathing from our gut. And deep breathing is so important because it brings oxygen into our body and into our cells, and that's what keeps disease away. So I'm going to do the Wim Hof deep breathing exercises, which is a 10-minute exercise. I've done it before, and I'm not going to lie, it's really hard to do 10 minutes of deep breathing when you're like, and then hold and blah, blah, blah. But he has this really cool video. It's like a 10-minute deep breathing. You watch it on your screen. It counts down, and it just walks you through. But I'm not going to lie, it's going to take you some time and me to work up to the whole 10 minutes because who knew breathing could be so exhausting. After my deep breathing, then I'm going to go for a walk. Walking is also super healthy for you. It's low impact, gets you going. Usually when people are in pain, they need to move. So the stagnant whatever that's in your body starts moving. I'm gonna walk, and hopefully I can do that in the first morning sun if I can stick to this routine. But I'm sharing, so this is my commitment to you, that I'm going to do this morning routine because I'm going to prove to you that you can take care of yourself by putting yourself first. You can heal yourself the natural way. You just have to be dedicated and consistent. So I'm going to do it to prove to you that it's possible. And the goal is to start living the life that we deserve. So after I go for a walk, I'm going to shower and get ready for the day and then go to work. So I think that's a pretty basic morning routine that we can do together. And you know what? If you miss one thing, you can make up for it when you come back from work or before you go to bed. Like the deep breathing I might do before bed. I don't know. I'm going to have to see how it actually plays out. But I'm not going to be so hard on myself. It's just I know that these are the things that I want to do, and then I'm going to start implementing. So I'm going to drink the water. I'm going to do the lymphatic massage. I'm going to shake. And then I want to do some deep breathing exercises. And then I want to walk. And then I want to shower and get ready for my day. And I'm going to start slowly but surely. And then once I start getting into that routine, maybe I start implementing more things further down the road when I actually got that set and that I just wake up and it's just automatic. There's a 21-90 rule. 21 days, is to form a habit. 90 days, it's set in stone. So I'm going to start doing that. I'm not really going to focus on my diet right now because I don't really eat that bad. It's just I feel I have trapped emotions in my body that I need to release. And I feel if I start doing this morning routine, I can start releasing some of my hurt, some of my anger, some of my resentment by doing the lymphatic massage and deep breathing and walking. And then I feel once I get that under control, then I can start tweaking my diet. Once again, we're going to do this together. We don't want to overwhelm ourselves. We want to set us up for success and to move forward so we can start living the life that we deserve. All right, guys. Well, that's how I'm going to start moving forward. I just shared a little why of why I'm doing this. Hopefully it motivates you to start putting yourself first and that we can do this journey together. And, drop a comment below and chime in if you have any ideas or how it's going for you. Till next time, happy 2025. Wishing you all much love, joy, peace, and abundance coming your way. Next time.